Hello. Today we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about skin structure and our skincare products and why they're different. I have to say that I'm really nervous about doing this video because it's a lot of information and I know I'm going to miss stuff and I know I'm going to flub it up, so bear with me. One of my uplines had done a presentation about this and I found it really interesting and made me really love the products even more. So I just wanted to try to share some of the information with you. So we're going to talk about the structure of skin first and what you can do to help take care of your skin and those kind of things. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is skin structure. I'm going to try to draw you a little picture. So we've got the dermis layer. Actually, first we have fat down here. There's lots and lots and lots of layers. I'm kind of really dumbing it up and simplifying it, but there's like a lot of layers. So there's fat. Then we have a layer called dermis. And within those layers, there's lots of layers too. But like I said, we're not going through it that much. And then your next layer that sits on top of that is these nice, firm structures called basal cells. And these guys are on the bottom layer down there, and they're waiting to work their way up to the top. So I'm going to draw a bunch of those guys, and they're like babies. They're like baby cells. They're nice and firm and full of moisture. And as they start moving up to the top, they start to kind of flatten out a little bit. And they lose some of that moisture. They lose some of that suppleness. And here they are. They're getting flatter and flatter, losing that moisture, losing their form. And as they work their way to the top, here's your epidermis. And as they work their way to the top, they get a little more flat and kind of flaky. And they are kind of filled with something called keratin to help try to kind of protect your skin. So up here is your outer layer called your epidermis. And I'm going to show you kind of another way to kind of look at it. So when you look at it this way, you've got your dermis down here and you've got your basal cells or baby basal cells. And these guys are just as the skin cycle goes on, they work their way up, and they lose their elasticity, they lose their firmness, they lose their moisture. And as they come to the top at the epidermis on the outer layer of the skin, they're there to help protect you and protect you against elements and things like that. So they're filled with keratin, which helps to kind of protect you. But you don't want those kind of building up because they can look like dull and flaky. And they don't look good if they kind of start to build up out there and clog up your pores and those kind of things. So another way to kind of look at that is, I've got a little visual here. Here is what we talked about, like your basal cells. They're nice, they're firm, they've got a lot of moisture, and then as they work their way up, they get a little flatter like these raisins, and then as they keep coming to the top, they get real flaky, like these little corn flakes or bran flakes. So you can see those, and you'd like to kind of get those sloughed off so you have the more supple looking ones that make your face look better. So one of the things that we like to do is exfoliate. You should be exfoliating your face, depending on what you're using, at least once a week. So if you're using one of our 3-in-1 cleansers, I have a couple of them here. This 3-in-1 cleanser is for dry skin, and it has these like little pillows almost in it that just gently exfoliate your face. This one is the 3-in-1 cleanser for normal to oily. This has the volcanic ash in it, and this has a little bit more of an exfoliating effect, but still not really exfoliating. My cat's jumping up here. Seriously. Anyway, so this has a little bit more of an exfoliating effect, but both of them do a little bit of exfoliating. So you can use those morning and night. The other exfoliator we have is a facial resurfacer. So depending on your skin type, you might want to use this once a week, a couple times a week, and really get those corn flakes off and get down to those nice cells. Well, you're not going to get that far down, but you're going to get rid of some of that dull looking skin cells. So this facial resurfacer is really awesome. This is what it looks like, and you only need just a teeny tiny bit. I mean, just the smallest amount. So this is gonna last you a really long time. Wet your face down, wet your hands, and just kind of work it together, and use the motion to try to kind of exfoliate your face as well. So just spread it around all over your face, leave it on for a couple minutes, and then rinse it off. So the other thing that does when you exfoliate is it helps your products to work better. It lets your makeup sit better on your face. It lets you, the products that you use, the lotions and the serums and the creams that you use, it lets them get down into those cells and hydrate those cells and work where it's supposed to work. So that's the other reason to exfoliate. Sometimes people think, I don't need to moisturize. My face is really oily. I already have enough moisture. I don't need to moisturize. Everybody should moisturize. You can't over moisturize. One of the reasons that your face might be oily too is that really it's kind of dry, but waiting for my cat to run and spill my water. It's kind of dry, and it's telling your brain, hey, we're thirsty. Those cells are telling your brain. And so it triggers to make oil or sebum, and that can clog up your pores. So you really should moisturize your face. Just use the correct moisturizer. You don't want something that's too oily if you already have an oily face. So this is one of our moisturizers, one of our daytime moisturizers. I have a normal to dry, but there is one for oily skin. This will last you forever. It's in our airless pump, so you get every last drop of it. And it just takes one squirt. So this should last you, depending on how often you're using it, 4 to 6 months, because you're gonna just do one squirt is gonna work on your whole face. We did say you can never have too much moisture, so I'm gonna just go ahead and spread that all over my face. I already have some on, but you can never have too much. So that's our daytime moisturizer. And then people will say, how come I need an evening moisturizer if I have a daytime moisturizer? Well, if funds are a problem, I would definitely recommend using the daytime moisturizer because it does have some some sun protection in it. It's nice and light, so you can wear it under your makeup. But the nighttime moisturizer is a little thicker. It has some extra ingredients to help moisturize your face overnight. And because it's a little thicker, you're probably not going to want to wear it under makeup. Our evening moisturizer comes in one of these, and mine's pretty used, but it really doesn't take a whole lot. I literally stick my finger in. I don't go like this. I stick my finger in, and whatever's stuck to my finger, I work it around my fingers and just put it on all over. I was using probably too much because I was like, taking a big glob. But my face is not too dry, a little more dry in the winter, I guess. The other thing, so you're gonna want to moisturize. And one of the best ways to keep your skin moisturized is, anybody's guess? It's not gonna cost you a lot of money. Water. Stay hydrated. You should be drinking half of your body weight in ounces of water unless your doctor has put you on some kind of fluid restriction. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you should be drinking 50 milliliters of water. So if you're lucky enough to, I guess that's not really lucky if you weigh 100 pounds, but anyway, so you should be drinking half of that. So have a little water. And then you should moisturize in the morning and in the evening. Don't think it's too late for me. I'm 50, I'm 60. It's never too late to take care of your skin. It's the largest organ on our body, and we need to take good care of it because it's got to last us. It helps to protect us. What else are we going to talk about? Oh, Seneplex Complex. This was probably the biggest thing that I was a little nervous about talking about. Seneplex Complex is in all of our, most all of our makeup and skincare products. So it is in our eyeshadows. It is in our blushes. It is in our skincare line. It's in our body soap, our body wash. And what this is it contains a kinetic enzyme that speeds up cellular turnover. So normally your cells are going to turn over in 20 to 30 days. So we talked about this. They're going to just keep moving up to the top, and then these guys are going to slough up. Move up to the top, slough off. That process takes 20 to 30 days. So let's say the average is 28 days. So let's say that you are a 28-day person. Our Seneplex Complex contains a proprietary ingredient, meaning it's our ingredient. It's patented, nobody else has it. It contains an ingredient that speeds up that process. So instead, it speeds it up by, I believe it's 23%. So instead of taking 28 days, it's gonna take 21 days. And what does that mean? It means that your skin is gonna look fresher, more vibrant, more luminous, all these different things that I'll talk about in just a second. It's gonna have all these effects by speeding up these basal cells to the top. And it's not gonna have a harmful effect on them. So they don't have time to get raisin-like. They don't have time to flatten out and dry out. The ones that move up to the top look better. So if you have one of our catalogs, on page 6 and 7, we have all about the Seneplex Complex. This has been lab tested in an independent lab. We did studies and we thought, I think that our Seneplex Complex does this. I think it speeds up cellular renewal. So they hired an independent lab to look at it and say, hey, can you do some studies and see, we think it does this. Do you think it does this? And the lab did independent studies on women. I can't remember their ages, but they were a wide range of ages. I want to say like 18 to 55. And 100% of the women saw a difference in their skin. The lab came back and said, yep, indeed, you're right. It does do this. So you can look at this. It does all kinds of things. It increases moisture and hydration by 54%. It increases collagen synthesis by 168%. It increases skin elasticity and firmness by 51%. It reduces fine lines and wrinkles by 55%. Increases skin luminosity by 48%. And decreases skin sagging by 25%. So in all that, 100% of the women saw improvement of their skin. And I think that's fantastic. What else can I tell you about it? If you have any questions about that, let me know. So some people might think, ouch, maybe people go to Walmart and buy their skincare line, or not their skincare line, but buy whatever products, Neutrogena or whatever. And that's fine, but I encourage you to try our skincare products. They are guaranteed. We encourage people to try them for 8 weeks. You should see improvement. Some people see improvement in a couple weeks. Some people will see improvement in about 4 weeks because that's going to be your cellular turnover time. Well, hopefully it'll be increased, but they encourage you to wait 4 to 8 weeks and make sure, see if you like it. If you don't, there's a money back guarantee. We do have samples that I can get you. Just let me know. Just message me or comment. We have one that has the cleanser, evening moisturizer, and a day moisturizer. And there's all kinds. There's the oily to dry, normal to dry, all those. We have the facial resurfacer that I talked about, so you can try those. So if you want any kind of samples, just let me know. I can drop those into the mail for you. Or like I said, you've got nothing to lose, because if you don't like our products, you can get your money back. So anyway, so for our basic line for the day, I believe it's a day moisturizer. There's 3 different kinds of cleansers, a cleanser and the evening moisturizer. It's going to last you about 4 to 6 months. Mine lasts me a pretty long time. And so you're going to, if you break that down, it's going to be about $1.17 a day, for your skin to look better, hopefully. What else? I think that's about it. Hopefully you found this informative. As usual, I'm gonna put on some lip scents. If you haven't tried our lip scents, it's fantastic. I'm just gonna kind of try to dry my lips off, because it should be put on clean, dry lips. I'm gonna use Bella today. Bella is one of our very, very popular shades. For me, it's kind of an everyday shade that you could wear, because it's pretty like neutral, not real flashy, not real dark. I shake it up first, and I kind of get the excess off a little. Three layers. First layer, let it dry 5 to 10 seconds. Second layer. Here's my second layer. I'm letting it dry. Third layer. Bella is really popular. It looks good on a lot of people. It looks good on a lot of skin tones. Hopefully you can see it okay. And I'm not sure that this one's still around. I guess I should have looked at that first. I'm gonna put on a metallic nude. I'm gonna try to let this dry first so that I can show you guys that it does not come off. It's kiss proof and drink proof. Let me take a drink of my water. Hopefully I'll let it dry long enough. No lipstick. No lipstick on your wine glass. Nothing. 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 Stays on. And then you're gonna top it off with a gloss to help moisturize your lips and help keep that lip color on. So I have something called, most people use glossy gloss or a matte gloss. I have one that's a little different today. It's called Metallic Nude. I actually just found it in one of my drawers that I was like, I didn't even know I had that. And I'm kind of digging it. So this is Metallic Nude. So I feel like it's a pretty, it's a color that you could wear like every day. And you could wear the Metallic Nude by itself too. You can wear any of our glosses alone. You can hardly see that by itself. I can see a little bit. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, hopefully. Hopefully you guys can see it. And then I'll put some of the Bella on too. So if you guys watched to the end, thank you so much for watching. There's one layer of Bella, 2 layers of Bella, 3 layers of Bella. I probably didn't let them dry very well in between. But that's the Bella. Looks great on everybody. Thanks a lot for joining me today. Have a great one. Take care. Bye.